call this a gift?
This particular vision, no. But the concept of visions in general, yes. Without them, we'd have gone extinct long ago. They guide the world to a better future. And what's better, they ask for nothing in return. Only that we continue to harness this amazing power.
Back. We've known each other our whole lives?
Yeah, it's just like I said. For better or worse. I was trained to be your scribe from a young age. We've been inseparable ever since.
That's cool.
It's not exactly what I grew up wanting. But I'm not in a position to shun Valinor's tradition. Besides, I could think of people much worse to serve.
What are a scribe's duties? Are you the only scribe? How long have we known each other? Are you really forced to do this? What are a scribe's duties?
Actually, you're seeing them firsthand. Imagine how confused you'd be without me. We're supposed to guide you through these visions. But when you wake up, you also need to report to me. Or, I guess you can report to Milas in these dire circumstances. Either way, I help you in here and you report out there.
Cool.
If it weren't for me, you wouldn't remember this. You'd wake up, shrug it off, and go about your day. Imagine what would happen to Valinor then.
Seems like you're almost more important than me. I'm sure I could do this on my own if I wanted. We were so confused when we woke up in the vision, so no, we can do this on our own.
Of course not. We're two sides of the same coin. Honestly, I wouldn't be able to do anything without you. A scribe would do little good without visions to inhabit.
Are you the only scribe?
Yes and no. Actually, it's pretty technical. I'm your only scribe, but there's also a scribe in training. His name is Fortum, and he's prepared to take over if needed. It's a recent addition to the ranks, but it helps out a lot. Without a scribe, your abilities would be pretty useless. Having someone fully trained means no one misses a beat. Imagine if you had this vision while I was gone. Just from that, I think you can gauge Fortum's importance. He's a nice guy too, but I'm sure he's long since fled. I'm sure you'll meet him when you get out of here. He tends to knock on your door first thing in the morning. So, let's focus on the matter at hand, alright?
How long have we known each other?
Since I was a little kid, actually. I was trained to be your scribe from the moment I could speak. It's a prestigious position, and I couldn't exactly say no. Some of the other children were jealous. Their parents too, which seemed really immature to me. Apparently, there's some competition for the role. But the elder chose me, and like it or not, here I am. I guess I'm just blessed that I actually do like this arrangement. In the end, the spirits really were looking down on me. Even if being here right now is terrifying, I'm still happy. Doing my duty to save Valinor, it's a dream come true. We don't know if the other kids would have fit this role.
Are you really forced to do this?
Well, I guess the answer is both yes and no. Before my parents passed on, they took care of the paperwork. Until I came of age, I had no choice but to obey. When I did come of age, however, I got to choose. Leave Valinor and pursue my own dreams, or be your scribe. I guess it's pretty obvious which one I chose, huh? So, while I was forced into the role, I chose to stick with it. Although, if this is any indication, we might have to leave Valinor. In that case, I get to be your scribe and travel the world.
Well, I'm glad to have her by my side because she knows what she's doing. We would be super lost without her. And without a scribe, Valinor would just be wiped out.
Yeah, and same to you. Look at this vision. We're going to do great things. Let's get to the bottom of this and save our village together.
Yay! And up here. I walk over to the altar in the grand tree. There's a book sitting there, its pages spread open. At first glance, it looks completely unimportant. But I flip a few pages and then I realize there's a small piece of paper hidden between a few pages. It was important enough to hide, so I quickly read the contents.
Milas's note. Recently, the Rebel Alliance has reached out to me. At first, I pushed them away, thinking them little more than a rogue group of bandits. But they said they knew the truth about my father. How could they know? In my situation, it was hard to resist temptation. I had to ask them exactly what they knew. The truth shocked me, and I have yet to tell anybody. I might take it to my grave. It's not the truth I expected, but it did shake me to my core. My father was in the middle of an important task. As his son, I felt that it was my duty to help finish it. I have no hatred for the Triumvirate. This is simply a matter of familial ties. Were anybody posed with such a situation, I doubt their actions would differ from mine. It doesn't seem too difficult either. They've given me a blade and tasked me with protecting it. In the next little while, they will send an envoy to pick it up. At that point, I am to send someone special with them. I must keep their name secret so nobody finds out. This envoy, however, will be coming any day. I can't wait to meet him. I've been told that he knew my father, and he would have all manner of stories to tell.
Should I show the note to Ulrich and Valessa? Yes, continue the story. No, continue exploring. Yeah, we're continue the story. This is it. This is what we needed. I call over Ulrich and Valessa, showing them what I found. Ulrich seems tensed up and even a little anxious.
So Milas was working with the rebellion. Apparently, he was sheltering Blade. Could that be why they attacked us?
Most likely.
Doing all this for a blade? Let's be realistic, Valessa.
It must have been very important. I'm assuming Milas took it with him. I don't see any blades lying around here. But about this envoy he mentioned, and this supposed special person. Ulrich, why did you lie to us?
It's true. Anybody would have figured it out by now. He seems to admit defeat and closes his eyes. Almost like he didn't want to see us as he spoke.
We didn't think you'd come if you knew. I tried to hide it, but I guess there's no point anymore. After seeing this attack, I need to request your help. This is far from the first village they'll raise. They're up to something much bigger. That's why you wanted to come here, right?
Yeah, you're right. There's little time to argue and nowhere else to go. It looks like you got what you needed, Ulrich. Let's get back to the town square. We'll exit the village through Main Street.
We nod and make our way out of the grand tree. I smile softly as this knowledge would be invaluable. We had probable cause of the attack and knew Milas' involvement. As soon as I woke up, I'd have everything I needed to help Valenorth. I like these weird fade to black scenes. The flames have spread, but it's not too bad. I need to make sure I don't inhale too much smoke. As we take slow, cautious steps, my mind is conflicted. The one thing I can't seem to get off my mind is this blade or whatever. Was it worth all this? Destroying an entire culture over something so simple?
Sorry, I can't see all that well. You two will have to lead the way. I'm not as familiar with the surroundings.
We crouch and make our way through Valenorth. I have a rising urge to cough, but I try and hold it back. We wouldn't want to make it this far and get caught. The water tank is cracking and leaking its contents. A small stream trickles down through the village. This would be our best tool to hinder the flames.
This isn't right. Not at all. Where is everyone, Ulrich? There's not a single body.
Like I said, they probably fled to safety. We need to do that too, and fast. There's nothing left for us here in Valenorth.
It doesn't make any sense, though. Think about it for a second. In that alcove, we heard screams. The people of Valenorth were dying. Not only burning, but getting attacked. There should be bodies all over the place.
She was right, and it bothered me as well. The current scene didn't match what we heard. Was it possible for visions to warp this way?
What are you suggesting, Valessa? Do you think they stole the bodies?
Body
If they did, there'd be
snatchers.
blood. There's nothing, not even a trace. Doesn't make any sense, Ulrich. We have protocols for this kind of emergency. There should have been people in the Grand Tree, even if it was those too stubborn to shun tradition.
Why is it so important, Valessa? You seem to think everybody disappeared. We should go to Peregrino. There must be survivors. I doubt we'll find answers in Valinor. We're on the right track, so let's not waste time. We can reach Peregrino in a couple of hours.
It made sense, and finally our goals aligned. Searching for information and getting to safety. Survivors could be our biggest source of information.
Besides, I'm sure that Milas will be there. He can tell you everything, Valessa. I'm sure he knows what's going on.
It's a good enough plan of action, and we nod to one another. But as we continue to move, everything changes. A laugh from atop the water tank, almost maniacal.
Such loyalty to the man who condemned you all. If you want to know where Milas is, I'd love to show you. I can even reunite you with the rest of the villagers.
We stop in our tracks and look up at the water tank. A silhouette of a man stands there, gripping a large blade. It's white and gold, with majesty embellished by the flames. He reminds me of the suits of armor we fought earlier. I have no doubt that there was some sort of relation. We must be looking at the man responsible for this. He jumps down from the water tank and lands with a roll. I take a few steps back, ensuring that Ulrich remains in the front. If his job was our protection, now is the time to shine through.
What a pitiful little village. It's no fun when they don't put up a fight. Did you know what they did in their final moments? They called out to you, Ceres. They wanted your help, and you let them down. I guess the stories I heard about you were wrong.
Sylvie, you already have the blade. Let us leave. We can resolve this peacefully.
No survivors. Don't you remember the rule? Like a garden, we have to pluck all the weeds.
Is that all these people are to you? Sylvie, they have a culture and history.
Yes, but it's not theirs that I'm interested in. In fact, I'm only here to claim the Ceres' soul. Everything else was just for fun, for sport.
This becomes personal, as they seem to know each other. They both worked for opposing forces. I'm sure they've fought before. It sickens me that he likens killing the villagers to a sport.
You don't mean...
My orders had nothing to do with burning down this village. I wasn't supposed to kill anyone unless I had to, either. But you know, my apprentice isn't very fun to train with.
disgusting. Valessa, take the Ceres and run. I'll catch up with you at Peregrino.
Ulrich pulls out his blade and assumes a fighting stance. Sylvie does the same, and their eyes meet in a deadlock. I look at Valessa and we nod before starting to run. Unfortunately, we don't make it very far. We hear Ulrich scream and turn back to look. Sylvie smirks at us, his blade deep in Ulrich's abdomen.
Where do you think you're going, you two? It would be rude to leave before I'm done with you. Watch, and you'll see why you can never win.
With a grin on his face, he twists the blade inside Ulrich. Defying all possibility, the gear on the base starts to spin. Soon after, everything is engulfed in a blinding white light.
Please, run.
We hear Ulrich's final words as the light subsides. When everything is back to normal, he's completely gone. No blood, no body, just Sophie standing there with pride.
What? What did you do?
I put his spirit to good use, like I planned to do with your little friend.
He points behind us and we turn to look. The scattered pieces of armor on the ground start to move. They assemble, forming bodies that move in a slow, stiff fashion. But after a few moments, the movements become more natural. It isn't much longer until an army of automatons blocks our path. I can English today, I promise. There was nowhere to go, so we blocked the other side.
You're using their spirits to power that armor. Does that mean we've been fighting our own?
Now you finally understand. The force of life itself bends to the triumvirate. There's no way that you could hope to stop us.
He takes slow steps toward me, holding out his blade. I finally understood why it was so important to the triumvirate. They could command an army of spirits simply by possessing it.
As soon as I harvest the Ceres' soul, I'll leave. Valessa, If you behave, I might let you go. Visit the rebels. Tell them what's coming.
This is it. If he attacked me, the vision would end. I was armed with all the information I needed to counter his attack. This attack. The true purpose, the major players, and even the nature of the blade. He was so certain of his victory, he had no idea. I took a step forward, embracing what was to come. When this future came for Valinor, we would be ready. He thrust the blade inside of me with little effort. The pain is so intense, but I'm overcome with hope. As my vision fades, I find the strength to say one final thing. It's over, Sovi, you've already lost. Sovi, Valinor will never follow you. I like it's over, Sovi, you've already lost. It just seems like a more badass line, you know? And this is where I'm going to stop the video. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I love you guys, stay kawaii, and have fun out there.